In this short video, we're going to spend a few minutes thinking about industry deregulation in the UK economy. Now, industry deregulation refers to the process of removing, taking away or lowering government regulations and controls on certain industries or businesses. So what are some of the examples of deregulation in the UK? Well, there have been many in the last 10, 15, 20 years. Here are a few I've picked out: telecoms, the airline sector, banking, gas and electricity services, taxi and private hire, parcel services and optician services. All of these are industries where there has been quite significant deregulation, one of the aims of which is to bring new suppliers into the market to stimulate competition. Let's take a look at just one or two of them. Take parcel services, for example. So the UK postal services or parcels market was deregulated in 2006. The Royal Mail, now privatised, well, the Royal Mail lost its legal monopoly on the delivery of those larger letters and parcels. And the UK market was opened up to increased competition and the growth of new, often innovative parcel delivery services. Loads of companies have expanded. DHL, DPD, TNT and Hermes rebranded as Every. So there are now many more parcel delivery companies operating in the UK and many more options for consumers. Deregulation of the industry has also led to the growth of e-commerce and online retailers, because parcel companies can now compete to provide delivery services to retailers themselves. And indeed, some of the e-commerce sites, the likes of Amazon, now deliver direct to consumers. Another good example I'm going to pick out for you is banking. So, and in particular, the growth of challenger banks. Now, what are challenger banks? Well, they're basically new, often innovative banks that are challenging the traditional banking model by offering different products and services to households and businesses, and often, as in these examples, focusing heavily on using digital technologies. So here are four examples of challenger banks in the UK. Monzo, launched in 2015, offers current accounts, credit cards, loans, digital-only bank. Likewise, Revolut, digital-only bank, current accounts, credit cards, currency exchange. People wax lyrical about the Revolut card. Starling Bank, launched in 2014. And Atom Bank, again, another digital-only bank offering mortgages, savings accounts and business banking services. So you can see there, just in the space of a couple of years, we saw the entry of challenger banks. Another one was Metro. Now, that's not to say they've taken over the industry, but the deregulation of commercial banking has encouraged new players to enter the market. So what are the main arguments in favour of deregulation? Well, here are four key points. First of all, deregulation in theory increases competition. It makes the market more contestable. And again, that should lead over time to a fall in real prices and hopefully better services for consumers. And if prices fall closer to cost, that improves allocative efficiency, leads to an increase in consumer surplus. Deregulation is also designed as a policy to drive innovation, both in terms of products and services, because companies are able to experiment, often they're challenger firms, with new models and take risks. And more innovation in the market is said to improve dynamic efficiency. At a macro level, deregulation can drive investment, capital spending into industries, and that can be a factor stimulating growth as businesses look to expand and create new jobs. And at a sort of pretty generic level, deregulation means there is more choice for consumers. New companies enter the market. Existing companies have to battle hard to maintain their market share. So overall, if deregulation is successful, the increased contestability can lead to an improvement in economic welfare. But of course, as evaluation, there are also people who argue that deregulation brings risks, brings challenges and drawbacks. First of all, it can lead, in some cases, to reduced safety and quality of products. Companies driven by the profit motive may prioritise short-term profits over safety and quality. Increased inequality. Deregulation can lead to increased inequality, particularly if large companies quickly dominate the market and small businesses struggle to compete and survive and thrive. Deregulation can sometimes lead to reduced customer protection. So you need to have strong industry regulation, even if you have deregulated an industry. I think a good example of that is what's happened in the electricity, gas supply industry, with many of the new smaller firms going bust and causing all kinds of problems for consumers during the current energy crisis. And deregulation can also lead to social costs, negative externalities such as pollution, social problems such as job losses, as companies may not be held accountable for their actions. So I think it's a good idea to have some examples of industries where there has been deregulation and to have some sort of key points for and against. Thank you for joining in this short video. Take care. See you soon.